Hey everyone, welcome to Ricky's Rockin' Reviews. I'm fresh off of reading Into the Drowning Deep by Mira. I thoroughly enjoyed it and I think you should all read it as well. It's kind of like a modern day Jurassic Park with mermaids near the Mariana Trench on a giant cruise ship. And it gets pretty dark. It's kind of like a survival horror book, and it really caught me by surprise. I didn't expect to be drawn into the characters so much, especially from the beginning. Now, there's an inciting incident with a sci-fi channel type of entertainment company called Imagine. Now, they kind of go and try to find cryptids and kind of like urban legends out, and they try to make documentaries about that stuff. They try to find mermaids, and now Imagine was kind of fully prepared to make stuff up, but they actually end up encountering some real mermaid stuff goes down, and no one comes back alive, and the ship is found abandoned with no survivors by the US Navy. And we kind of fast forward a couple years where Imagine is trying to secretly embark on a new journey, better prepared to actually find these mermaids, which they have denied to the public as being true, even though there have been a little bit of leaks. But they just kind of brush it off as like a tragic accident, and that there weren't any real mermaids. But they're making a second voyage to try to get ahead of everything, find them for real, and then I guess profit off of it. And so one of the main characters is the sister of one of the girls that works for that entertainment company. She was kind of like the host. She was supposed to be the host for this documentary. She sadly passed away during that expedition. And so now we have her sister to follow onto this voyage. And there's a ton of different scientists and hunters and all kinds of people that are assigned or recruited to get onto this expedition. And the cast of characters are all very different, and it was really fun to see how they interacted with each other, and how a lot of them were placed in different areas on the ship, and eventually everyone kind of crossed paths. And when the mermaid stuff starts happening, it just like goes full throttle. But what always kept me engaged was the mystery of the mermaids themselves, and the way the scientists were going about trying to find them with sonar and all kinds of different drones and equipment. It was really entertaining, and you get to find out more about the mermaids. Like throughout the whole novel, you're piecing together more and more information as to what they are. And without going into spoilers, they're kind of described as like eerily human with their top humanoid half. But there's some striking differences to what you are used to in a mermaid story or mermaid appearances. For example, they kind of describe them as having almost simian look to their face. And you get different questions as to how they evolved and where they branch off from how humans evolved. And one of the cooler aspects of the book is it kind of treats the ocean as a character itself, definitely towards like after the halfway point, because they kind of play with this idea that humans, us as organisms, we kind of came out of the sea and found our way to the treetops and then came back down to the land. And they kind of treat the idea is that we abandoned the ocean. The ocean never forgot that we abandoned the ocean. And the ocean has something in our place that kind of balances things out. It's really cool. It's a really cool story. There's a lot of action, very gruesome. This is not for kids. Definitely not for kids. And it's really it's kind of a chunkster. It's kind of a chunkster. It's about 455 pages, and it flies by, man. It was one of my favorite reads of the year here, 2023. I'm just gonna let it marinate. I can't give it any more recommendation. I think everyone that enjoys action adventure, anything kind of horror thriller, it's all mixed in there, especially with that sci-fi element. And I think it's going to be something that is going to be very memorable to you. I don't imagine this fading from memory for a while, at least for me. And what else can I say? Last thoughts. There was some really good prose here, and I felt like other people agreed because I rented this from the library on my Kindle, and I could see the highlights of some really good quotes that everyone else kind of agreed on being memorable. So that's what you have in store if you read this novel, Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I appreciate you guys watching. I really hope you guys give me a thumbs up. You like and subscribe, and I'm going to try to get more videos out, do more book reviews and the like. This is really fun. But please, in the comments, feel free to give me any suggestions, any questions you have, or any recommendations on books that I should read. Because this was a recommendation from a coworker. I wouldn't have come across this book, I don't think, on my own. So I was very grateful for that recommendation from my coworker. And yeah, that's how we read good books. We just by word of mouth, by letting each other know. That's why I do this. So thanks, guys. Ricky's Rockin' Reviews. You can follow me on Instagram as well.